And the Razorbacks win for the second time this week at Bud Walton Arena.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
All right, so how many people went to the game and then aren't at work today? How many?
That's a good question. I didn't thought about that.
As you heard some great highlights there. Christian is in for Colton this morning. Good montage from some interviews from Pick Trail Nation, Ailey Weiss, get highlights from the game, and then also just some fun interactions. I thought about like students for one, like they don't have class today.
Yeah, they're exempt,
and I don't know how many schools across our state aren't having class relative to I would guess it's 90-something to maybe like 5.
Yeah.
But how many people
That's a good
went
question.
and
Who is in
attended that
school?
game?
Can you imagine how the roads would be, how many wrecks there'd be if everybody left like on a normal morning? I feel like there'd be people in the ditch.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of cars stopped on not just Arkansas roadways, but various others on social media. Exploding trees, various other things that are happening. Hopefully everyone's safe. If you're at work today, hope you're listening to us on the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. If you're at home, you can always watch us YouTube, X, Twitch, Facebook as well. We are here for a Hot Take Monday, and Darius Acuff was as hot as a freshman has been at Arkansas, tied for the 6th best performance by a freshman along with B.J. Young back in 2012 when he helped Arkansas beat the Gators. I think that was the team that went to a Final Four, if I remember that correctly. So an awesome performance for him. Arkansas now sits 5-2. You've got 2 winnable games this week as you get closer to halfway point of SEC play.
Yeah, and first of all, Coach Cal talking about the crowd there. Kudos to the crowd. I mean that might be the one performance that was better than Darius Acuff. I mean what the fans went through logistically to get there. The fans that gave up their ticket. I wasn't in the building. I wasn't one of those that braved the elements to get there. But plenty of you did. And I don't know. The lower bowl looked full on TV. I don't know if it's 13, 15. I don't think it was 19, but it looked like a full house, at least the way it presented. It sounded loud. It made a difference. So that might be the one thing that was more impressive than Darius Acuff, who dropped 31 and 6 to go 31 points, 6 assists to fuel Arkansas. Without him, obviously, it's a different outcome.
Here's Cal after the game talking about the ticket giveaway and how so many people took advantage of it.
First of all, there were over 1,000 tickets turned in. And it's not just to do it. You got to go through the process to do it. It's not just here, take the tickets. We ended up giving over 200 tickets to veterans, 500 plus to teachers, over 150 to the police. And the students, we gave away 15,000. So you saw them behind our. They ran in and took the best seat they could get.
I meant to say 1,500, but the point was that so many people that either weren't going to go to the game or maybe they haven't gotten to go to many games at all inside of Bud Walton Arena got to attend what ended up being a really good basketball game. LSU held the lead for 26-plus minutes. You were treated to a dazzling performance from Darius Acuff, a true freshman, and I kind of regret, like, I'm at work. I'm the opposite. I'm at work this morning. I didn't go to the game because I was worried about the roadways, and I'm kind of regretting that I didn't attend that game at Bud Walton Arena this weekend.
Yeah, and, I don't know, it wasn't an all-time performance or an all-time game, but it was a battle. Like and we talked about what the game was going to go like. LSU's record, not good in conference play heading in. And, they leave out now 1-6, but they had given most everybody they played a battle. They can't. They're kind of like Arkansas's football team. They can't seem to find a way to win. They were up 18 against Kentucky, as we've talked about. Got beaten that game, and it just seems like to some degree they're snake bit, which I'm okay with. But this was not. I've said all year you could afford to lose one home game this year. This was not where you needed to cash that ticket in, as against an LSU team who was 1-5 coming into the contest.
And to add insult to injury, this could have changed as of this morning, but as of yesterday, they were still in Fayetteville. They couldn't leave. So I don't know. I'm going to guess that they probably are back on their way to Baton Rouge or have made it back at this point based on precipitation that ended yesterday. Could be wrong about that. But as of Sunday, they were still in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Well, it's about getting runways here open, and I don't know I haven't looked to see what the weather's like in Baton Rouge. I don't imagine it's as bad, but like you said, the precipitation behind, and that would add a little insult to the injury, is having to hang around another day. But I don't imagine LSU was probably alone in that. So, all right, we're off and running. Hot takes need to be a little hotter today. It was 8 degrees on my car thermometer when I got in this morning to head this way. Pounded off the snow, so we need some hot takes here on a Hot Take Monday. And like Ty said a minute ago, if you're not at work, you can take us wherever you go. Halftime's coming up following us, Ruskin and Zach, so our lineup is going to stick solid here on a Monday. The Hit That Line Now app can take us anywhere you need to go today and keep all the programs right there in front of you. It's brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. Might be a good day to get by and satisfy your daytime craving with a Cantina chicken menu lineup item today, or their $3 Cravings Value Menu, 10 items priced at $3 or less. It's all available at Taco Bell. That's the thing. You get home, you get the munchies. DoorDash probably isn't bringing anything right now. So if you're out today, get by Taco Bell and satisfy those cravings. The Hit That Line Now app is powered by Taco Bell.
So after this weekend, Arkansas is tied for second place with the Florida Gators, who you got to go to on the road. The Kentucky Wildcats, who's coming to your building. They're now at 5-2 after 4 straight conference wins. A&M takes solo possession of first place after their sounding win over South Carolina this weekend. They defeat the Gamecocks by 23. So that's your setup. And
two things. Do we start taking A&M really serious at this point as a power in this league? Part 2 of the question, what do we do with Kentucky? Is Kentucky now considered in this race? How do we view Kentucky at this point? I think we all think Florida and Arkansas, are really good. And the other, but I don't think anyone's really taken A&M as serious as Florida and Arkansas and Alabama at this point. Vanderbilt, I think Vanderbilt. What do we do with Vanderbilt? I think they've clearly,
they finally won this weekend.
They've been on hard times for 3 games in a row. I think our Pradco Pyramid of Power could have a completely different look tomorrow, just based on we're starting to get enough sample size and enough balanced schedules. We're just over a third of the way through the conference slate. I think we're really starting to figure out who teams are, and Kentucky's found a way and put it together.
Go ahead, Big C. You sound like
I was going to say about Kentucky, like they've had like several injuries, and I feel like the smaller lineup has benefited them, and Jasper Johnson has really stepped up for them. So not the team that they thought they would have, but they're putting it together, and they haven't really put together like a dominant win or like a impressive win, but the way they started, I believe 0-2, any win, to go on a 5-game win streak in the conference is pretty impressive.
Yeah, the win in Knoxville was probably the biggest of the bunch.
That's true.
On this win streak. But I don't remember who they played midweek this week.
They played Ole Miss Saturday.
Double check. Look at who up there playing midweek, Christian. But as far as the SEC games, I mentioned Vanderbilt again finally got a win after 3 straight losses.
Vandy. Biggest
win of the weekend. So is that Nashville or Lexington? Assuming it's in Lexington.
It's in Nashville.
Okay. Auburn with the biggest win of the weekend is they go to the Florida Gators, who had won 4 or 5 straight, and they defeat Florida by 9. That was easily the biggest win of the weekend. Georgia gets pounded by Texas. Kentucky again continues to win. They beat Ole Miss. A&M again sits atop of the SEC after their win against South Carolina. And then the most excruciating, we were talking about this before the show, most excruciating loss this weekend was the Oklahoma Sooners losing in Columbia. So they're up in regulation. Missouri hits a game-tying shot, and then they hit a shot right before overtime concludes. Missouri comes down, hits a 3, and ends up winning it in Columbia. So that was a tough one. Oklahoma's lost, 5 or 6? What did you say?
6 in a row. They're 1-6 in league play.
So they've lost 6 straight. Porter Moser and company are as desperate as it gets when you coming in tomorrow night. Something to think about tomorrow night. And I was texting my buddy Tyler McComas about this, who does radio in Norman. So not only is Oklahoma bad, not only do they not care about men's basketball, but there's an Oklahoma City Thunder game tomorrow night at home. So if you're a Sooners and Thunder fan, which many of them are coincided,
go to the
and
Thunder
you have
game.
a choice, you're going to go to the Thunder game. if you have tickets to both or one or the other. Or if you're going to watch, you're going to watch the Thunder play. I think they play the Pelicans tomorrow. So I'm not kidding when I tell you, one of my hot takes today, there will be more Arkansas Razorback fans in Norman tomorrow night. And I know Cal was kind of urging fans after the game, be safe, make sure that you get there and at least safe if the roadways are cleared. But I think there's going to be more Arkansas fans in the building tomorrow night.
Very, very well could be. I don't know what the travel conditions are going to be. We're not going to have highs today. We are getting a little sunshine where we're at, but which will help. I did see as I was driving in this morning on the state highways, and that's one of the things. Stay on the interstate, stay on state roads as much as you can because they're just better maintained. But Highway 22 and Rogers Avenue, you could actually see it's been scraped enough, and now the sun's coming out. I think you'll see asphalt by lunchtime or so today because you could already see the lines on the road. So question is, what's I-40 going to be? I would imagine, I'm doing some checking right now, I would imagine normally you'd travel today as a team, and I would imagine you would bus this game because you couldn't fly it any faster. And what I mean by that is by the time you bus to the airport, get on the plane, fly, bus to wherever you go to the team hotel, you're not going to save any time.
It's slightly under 3 hours from the University of Arkansas campus to Norman.
This would be a game you would climb on the bus and go. Was that the Seminole Expressway? It's 412.
Oh.
When you go there, is those roads clear? I don't know. I hadn't looked at Oklahoma roadways, but is it a safe bus track? Because you don't just change your mind, I don't believe, and just call up and get a charter plane. It's in NetJets, So I don't imagine they'll change their travel plans any.
Yeah, it doesn't always work like that. So we'll talk more about the matchup with the Sooners tomorrow. Yeah. AFC
some good games tomorrow. Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Alabama, and then Kentucky, Vanderbilt's the 3 games tomorrow. 6, 7, and 8 o'clock. So they're all staggered a little bit tomorrow.
With Kentucky, I don't know where they're at the net rankings right now. If I remember serves me correct, a quad 1 win is top 25 at home. Neutral side, it's top 50, and then road, it's top 75.
You're correct.
So I think Arkansas has an opportunity, not the game tomorrow night, but to get another quad win if Kentucky continues to rise, and especially if they beat the Vanderbilt Commodores tomorrow night.
Yeah. Georgia, Tennessee on Wednesday, Mississippi State, LSU. Texas and Auburn could be a little saucy. That game's down on the plains in the jungle.
Both those teams got road wins this weekend.
Yeah, so that could be saucy.
Tennessee goes into Tuscaloosa with Charles Bediako playing. We'll talk about more of that coming up. And then, again, Auburn goes in and gets maybe the best win in the SEC of this season in Gainesville.
Then Florida's at South Carolina. They'll be looking not a good time for South Carolina to get Florida coming in. So that's kind of the midweek slate right now.
Not at all. All right, so we got to take in a really good basketball game on Saturday night. You also had 2 pretty good games in the AFC and NFC championship. One was a defensive battle in the snow and Mile High. The other was a back-and-forth showdown offensive in Seattle. Let's get into it.
Patriots rushing 4, and he's going deep. He's got a man open the 10-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Stidham goes deep. Rushing 5. This is a deep throw, and it is picked off. Intercepted. Waiting for it was Gonzalez.
Lord will, man. Thank the good Lord. What atmosphere out here. Battle of the elements. Love this team. How about the defense? Love each and every one of them, man. Pass our back, baby. We got to go win one.
Stafford looking to throw. Floats one end zone. Adams is in. Touchdown, LA. Now we'll see if they can make a pay. Stafford load up, go deep. The pool is open. He has got it. Touchdown. Third down here over the middle. Cooper Cup. It's in. Touchdown, Seahawks.
I'm just glad I'm going to the Super Bowl. It don't matter about the opponent. We going. We going.
This is the opening drive.
So we've had Evan Washburn on this show before, and the snow that was in his hair in Denver, this is maybe has one of the best pieces of hair in the industry.
Well, the most product of anyone I've ever seen.
And he, they're messing with him. Romo,
he's got hair helmet,
Yeah, and the fact that he didn't wear a hat was just insane to me.
Well, why would you cover that head of hair up? He spends hours. He doesn't comb his hair. He sculpts it.
Too cold for me. Patriots, you got a rematch between the Patriots and the Seahawks once again. Rams made it a better game than maybe I thought it was going to be because I was kind of inching towards your line of thinking that, man, Seattle just looks like an unstoppable force right now. Both Sean Payton and Sean McVay go for fourth downs in moments and times during the game where they maybe wish they could have back. McVay's and the Rams was in late in the fourth quarter, which they couldn't stop Seattle, so I get it from his vantage point. Little more questions about Sean Payton and the decision when they could have been up 10-0 to go for fourth. New England stopped them, and then that game was completely changed, I felt like, after that. Either way, I'm hoping for a good Super Bowl. You got a young quarterback, Drake May, I think he's either the first or second youngest in NFL history to make the Super Bowl, and hopefully in a couple weeks that'll be a good good football game.
Take notes, Jerry Jones. Robert Kraft again loses the best quarterback of all time, a Hall of Fame coach, and they're right back in the Super Bowl.
What? Why? I mean,
he's just a really good.
What has he done as the owner to make that
winning is prioritized? I feel like
fair point.
He does everything he does.
But Jerry's screaming into his pillow at night. I mean, he just said. I mean, he's laying awake screaming at night, worried about agonizing because they're not winning.
He said he would give up a limb or something for a Super Bowl. I find that hard to believe, especially at his age.
I think the phrase that you just
some
uttered,
of his limbs don't work probably at that age.
They need a pill. Prioritize winning. That's what Boston's the best sports town in the United States of America. Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox. I know they had their years for whatever. But that's the best. That culture there just echoes winning, and that's what they care about most. And now they're going for their 7th Super Bowl here in a couple weeks with, like you said, new quarterback, new coach. I know Vrabel played under Belichick. You've got Hunter. Was that Hunter, by the way, that was in that clip, Christian, that you put together? I didn't. I couldn't tell.
Hunter Henry. No, it was the pick. It was the interception.
There was a cool moment after the game. Some of you have seen it on social media. He's with his wife Parker, and they're doing Snow Angels in Denver, which is awesome.
That was Drake May.
Okay, that was Drake's voice. But what he's been for the New England Patriots this week, it didn't have a massive game, but it's been so important for that offense this year. It's cool to see him, Eric Gregory. I think Tyrone Broden's on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad. So I think there's 3 Razorbacks this weekend, in a couple weeks. That'll be a part of the Super Bowl.
If the Rams would have won, there'd have been 2 more right there.
Bo Limmer and Cam Curl.
Well, once again, conference championship weekend lived up. I mean, 2 games. I thought the game in Denver with the snow that started during the game, and it didn't have an overwhelming effect on the contest, but it made watching it one of those things that I think we live for as fans. Came down to some missed kicks in the game, and I was thoroughly entertained from 2:00 till whatever it was, 8:45 last night, whatever it was. So once again, more often than not, and we're kind of due for a stinker in the Super Bowl. Hopefully we don't get one. But once again, conference championship weekend lives up to the hype. Lives up to the billing.
Yeah, and that's like you're saying. I feel like that weekend oftentimes delivers more than the actual Super Bowl. But
you still get a lot of blowouts there. I mean, it's generally you're entertained. And once again, yesterday, 1-possession games, less than a touchdown in both games. I was entertained.
Mm-hmm. And you've got all these different parallels. Tom Brady and the Legion of Boom, and I thought just listening to him was really enjoyable this weekend. And the games overall, with no dog in the fight, were just a lot of fun. And they were they could not be more different in terms of one had a lot of offensive output, the other was just a defensive back and forth. So hopefully, again, only one more football game till August, which kind of stinks, but that's what we got ahead here in a couple weeks.
Well, you got to have some time away. You got to have, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So we had football 52 weekends a year. We probably wouldn't love it as much as we do now. So we need a little absence for the heart to grow fonder. But we'll have some spring football coming up that I think we'll pay a little bit of attention to around here. But yeah, it is going to be a sad time. I guess we're going to have to find a new Netflix series or talk to our wives. Hopefully there's something good on Netflix. All right, that's the opening drive. It's brought to you by The Fence Man. If you're looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong, call The Fence Man, 782-3936. Anyone got some leaning segments, maybe some of that snow or some of that winter weather pushed up against it, need some help with that, or maybe it's time for a new fence. The Fence Man's been serving the area for over 40 years. They build custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. If you need automatic gates, The Fence Man does it. If you need financing, they do that as well. 18 months, same as cash cash financing is available as well. So get your free quote today at thefencemanAR.com. Call them and set that up. That's a free quote. Go to thefencemanAR.com or call 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
All right, some more reactions to get to here on Hot Take Monday. We've got a few texts that we're going to get to on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. More from Cal on his team's performance this weekend. Some other thoughts on SEC basketball, including Charles Bediako playing for his first game first time in a couple years. Plus, the Pittsburgh Steelers have hired Mike McCarthy. And there's an incident with Dabo Swinney, Clemson, and Ole Miss. All that's coming up as we continue on next.
Bad pass stolen by Malik Thomas. Thomas to the other end. Lobs for Ewan and a two-hand stop. The assist from Thomas, and the Hogs are up 20-18.
This is the Morning Rush. Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanAR.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
I thank the fans who turned in tickets and the ones that came here anyway.
You're listening to the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we understand that cold weather months are about staying warm, keeping life running smoothly, and focusing on what truly matters. We also know that higher heating bills during this season can create stress, and we're here to help ease that burden. From a variety of payment options designed to fit your needs to assistance programs that provide extra support, our team is dedicated to helping you stay comfortable and worry-free all season long. Our customer care team is just a call away, or you can explore helpful resources online at aogc.com/winter. We're here for you this winter. The holidays are over and it's time to organize your storage. Ace has always been the helpful place, and right now we're even more helpful by helping you organize all of your storage spaces. Right now, get great deals on storage solutions at Metters Lumber Ace Hardware, like 27-gallon heavy-duty storage totes for only $8.99, Sterilite latching storage totes for only $6.99, or select shelving units for only $79.99. Now through the end of the month, only at Metters Lumber Ace Hardware in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville. Ace, the helpful place.
Ah, the Internet, a place where your curiosity can flourish. Unless malware gets in the way. It's a place that can surprise you with phishing websites and trackers. The Internet is wonderful, but you must protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. TechRadar named it the #1 VPN in 2025. A single NordVPN account secures up to 10 devices. What else? This cybersecurity tool also encrypts your browsing. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. NordVPN scans the dark web to check that the information associated with your email address is not exposed. Just a few clicks and you're safer online. Browse with more peace of mind. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Come on, Pig.
Gage Wood, no hits him. Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Gives it away to A-Cup, left side. Brazil tries a three, and Trevin knocks it down.
I told TB, I said, look, throw the dagger, my man. Throw the dagger. And he threw the dagger. Deer went back, and that dagger went in. And that's, he's capable of that.
They really started to double team and hound Darius in the second half, and yet he was still very efficient throughout that basketball game. But at tail end, when you needed a big shot, it's not like Trevin Brazil had a great game offensively. I think he was just 7-7, but he hit one when it mattered, and Arkansas, once again, gets a victory at home, undefeated this season.
Yep, and team you needed to beat at home. I mean, yeah, as I said earlier, you can afford one home loss, but this isn't the area you'll probably need to cash that ticket in. It's it's probably going to be a tougher game like Auburn coming in, or got A&M still here, Texas at the end of the year. LSU's a team that you needed to dispose of, and you got Kentucky this weekend on Saturday. You can't look past Oklahoma, but Kentucky's not going to be an easy one as well. So particularly with the way they played on the road. So it wasn't a must-win, but that was a game you really didn't need to let slip through your fingers.
No, I think the way you framed it's accurate, especially with better teams coming to Bud Walton, like a hot Kentucky team on Saturday. We'll see what they do against Vanderbilt. The number one team in the SEC right now, A&M, is coming in later on this season. You had to play Tennessee already at home, and perennially really good under Rick Barnes. So, yeah, you don't want to slip on the banana peel, and you almost did, but luckily Arkansas did not this weekend with great performances from Darius Acuff.
I wouldn't even say you almost did. I mean, closing minutes of the game, you controlled it. I mean, they led, what was it, 26? You said earlier. I'm not looking right
Over
at it.
26 minutes.
They led 26 minutes of the game, but in the winning minutes, Arkansas had control of the game. And I thought LSU ran out of gas a little bit. I thought LSU also, the environment got to them a little bit in that game.
I was reading in Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas finished hitting 11 of their last 12 shots. So when it mattered the most, the Razorbacks, and a lot of those were Darius knocking down big-time jumpers, layups, threes, whatever. Anytime McKinnon was guarded him, he was like, okay, this is going to be easy. And he oftentimes knocked down the shots. But that's the type of things that you need from a team. That, again, when you look at the statistics after, so Arkansas was 39% from the free throw line, got out-rebounded by 8, you had 11 less second-chance points, and 6 less points in the paint. And yet you still won. Those are categories oftentimes the Razorbacks win and defeat their opponents. And you still had more bench points. You still shot the three better. But those other elements win in LSU's favor. And you still found a way to win the game. When you have the best player on the floor, oftentimes I mean, how many times when you look at this season has Darius not been the best player on the floor? You'd argue maybe Texas Tech with Toppin and Anderson, who are both really good college basketball players, Boozer for Duke, maybe Kingston Fleming for Houston. So what, 3 games, 3 or 4 games that he hadn't been the best player on the floor?
I think there's been times, though, when he wants to, Trevin Brazil's the best player on the floor. Now, if you're talking about only opponents, okay, I got you. But when TB wants to, he's equally as good in his own way from his position. I know we're talking point guard versus, I guess you'd qualify TB as a 4, right? He's not the 5, but, so Brazil's that level of player. He's just not as consistent as Acuff. He's got, to put it in golf terms, he's got a 63 in him. We just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, he shoots 75 a lot. But he's got a 63 in him. We've seen it. He just needs to decide to do it more often.
And I think sometimes you kind of...
Some of that's matchup and who you're playing and how they guard you. But Brazil's... To me, I put Brazil in that same category at times.
Well, he relents sometimes, and sometimes we've seen other guys on this team go for 20+, and the other guys trying to get him involved. It was Darius night on Saturday, and TB talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's who we go to whenever things are looking dry, and, he came through again for us tonight, like he has all season, like you said, and, he's big time for us. And, it was just another good night for him.
Because more often than not, that's who they're going to rely upon. Now, in the Tech game earlier this season, it was Carter and TB. And when the kid's hot on this basketball team, I think that Darius and Malik and some of the other guys are quick to, okay, well, they're hot. It's their night. And sometimes it's Darius's night. Sometimes it's TB's nights. We've seen it's Carter's night. Malik had a really good night efficiently shooting the basketball. So I just think it kind of depends on the situation. Like, for example, the Vanderbilt game. TB had a mismatch almost every time, and that's why he took advantage of it many times when there was a switch in the post or something like that. So this weekend, again, you got a really tough Kentucky game, and hopefully you just don't overlook the Sooners tomorrow.
I like the fact that the Oklahoma game's Tuesday, and it's early. Hopefully they get back with no incident, and it gives you one more full day to get ready. What time is that, Kentucky?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on Saturday?
No,
5:30. 5:30. So it gives you one more full day to get ready for Kentucky at home. So I like the way this schedule sets up this week.
And not only, again, is it Tuesday, but it's a 6 o'clock game. So it's not an 8 o'clock game. You're not getting home from Norman at like 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll probably get home at a later hour, but at least it's not a later game, too. So you do have that benefit as well.
Yeah. So, all right, that's your Hog Updates brought to you by our friends at Oakline. They took a few weeks off of racing, and boy, that looked like a smart move this past weekend because seems like winter weather always affects it. Back to racing this weekend as the Classic season begins this Friday, January the 30th. Weather pending. If you haven't downloaded the Oakline Anywhere app, do so now. You can bet online, bet.oakline.com. iPhone and iPad users can download the Oakline Anywhere app in the Apple App Store. You can sign up right now and earn a sign-up bonus of up to $200. Watch and wager on horse racing on any track from your smartphone, tablet, or personal computer. Friday features racing beginning at 12:30, and the $150,000 fifth season stakes for 4-year-olds goes 1 mile on Friday afternoon. So get the Oakline Anywhere app. Download it now in the Apple app or Google Play stores.
Gives it away to Acuff, left side. Brazil tries a 3. Trevin knocks it down.
This is The Morning Rush. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got coffee.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland,
America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
There's nothing better than hitting a bet unless your whole crew hits it with you. That's what MyBookie's all about. Are you ready for the next 2 weeks of the NFL? We're hooking you up with 2 can't-lose locks of season. Bet up to $10 per lock and double your money when they hit. Select the Lock of Season tab in the sportsbook. Wager up to $10 per lock. Double your money on 4 bets that can't lose. Don't forget about the Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie now, punch in code HOGS, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If you don't hit on the first bet, just use your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. Must opt in to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
Only dealer out there doing this, Tommy. I mean, right now really is the time to buy. If you're thinking about it, if you've been told no at another dealership, come down here and see us at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford. And, you know, we were talking just a second ago, the best thing, everybody qualifies for this program.
So what if my credit's a little bit sketchy, a little challenged?
Yeah, come down here and see us. You know, this down payment assistance program might be able to really get you in the car that you want, not the one that the other dealer tried to force you into.
So if you've been a few thousand short of getting into that next car, or maybe the payment's $40 or $50 a month too high, come to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford and ask about the down payment assistance program. Everyone qualifies till the end of the month. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
Do you like the snow, or is it just a big inconvenience? That's the Morning Rush Daily question. I think you come down on one side or the other. You like looking at the snow. You like maybe getting your kids or grandkids out in the snow. Do you like maybe the time away from work today if you're at home? Or is it just one giant inconvenience for you?
I like the look of it. I don't sled like I used to. I know plenty of fathers.
I would love to take my kids sledding. I don't own a sled.
Hey,
or anything you could sled on.
There's a quick remedy for that. You can just go to the store and go snag you one real quick.
Well, the stores have been closed, Ty.
I mean, Walmart's not closed.
Do they sell sleds? I've never seen a sled at Walmart.
Yeah, this time of year. Oh yeah.
Did you see that girl on the U of A?
You sure?
Jaegers, Walmart.
She hit her head on a pole sledding down.
Yeah, that was. 5 News got a great video of that, and apparently she was okay. But I've
got a friend of mine, officiating buddy, that his daughter was sledding and went too far, ran through a ditch, went out in the road, got ran over.
Oof.
And
this weekend?
2 days ago. And it's now going to be in a wheelchair for 6 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
Had to have surgery, and they got one of these hip fixators. I was reading his post. It's just terrible.
My dad had
to wear a helmet, right, Ty?
I never did. My dad, the rule that my dad did have is he did not want us being pulled behind a vehicle of any sort. That was what he said. I enjoy the snow. I'm not as active in the snow as I used to be. This was, I guess I say that. I sled one time this weekend, or twice maybe. I went down and it just wasn't, the snow.
You did?
Like,
this weekend you did?
Yes.
Okay.
But the snow wasn't, it's too packed. It's not, there's no, at least where we were, there was no ice. And so there has to be a certain type of it to get the full speed and what you want, what I used to. I was never seriously injured back in the day doing it, but I mean, I've hit mailboxes, I've hit cars, I've hit all type of stuff, and I feel it was just kind of part of growing up.
Were y'all just mentioning the video?
Yeah,
from the U of A.
She said she's fine.
Yeah,
but that was a scary situation when you hear the poof. Like that was a loud.
I didn't hear it. I mean, I didn't have the sound, but I saw like
you said, Ty, when they start pulling them on vehicles and then they get going too fast, they hit a tree or a pole. I mean, you can kill yourself.
Don't sled where a roadway could be in your path. That's all I can say.
Well, there was, to your point, there was kids, and this happens every year. So down Dixon, kids will take from what is the journalism department. I guess it's Lemke. It's been a while since I've actually been there, and they either ski, sled, or snowboard down that hill. And then also at the Poultry Center. And there's obviously other pockets of the state that people have taken advantage of that. But those were the most numerous videos because you've got all these college kids who are unsupervised who finally are away from home and feel like they can do whatever they want. And then there's incidents and not altercations, but incidents like what happened with that girl this week. I was just happy she was okay because she looked like she drilled her head on that. So hopefully that was probably one of many people getting trucked. The best part is like building ramps, when you can build ramps and actually get some air and do some tricks and whatnot. That was like my favorite part of growing up is doing that. I hadn't actually been skiing. Tommy, when's the last time you've been skiing? It's been over a decade for me.
Oh, more than that for me. It was before my son turned 16 this weekend, and it was several years before kids, probably pushing 20 years.
That is what.
And then before that, it had been probably 15. I mean, it's one of them deals like riding a bike. I mean, I just picked it up and went. So I've got an invite to go at some point. And I want to go, you know.
I would like to get back. It's been 10 years. We had this deal with Breckenridge, Colorado. It was called UB Ski, where they gave you an insane deal if you were just a college kid. And that's the last time I've been. I want to go back. I've been wakeboarding plenty of times since then, but I would actually like to try snowboarding. I always skied when I was growing up, but snowboard is what I want to do. B says he lived in Colorado for 8 years, as he's texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, and he's never been skiing. You got to change that, B. You got to go there at some point. All right, that is your Car Pass Social Morning Rush Daily question. Did you actually enjoy or do you like snow when it happens here in the natural state? Car Pass Social, a place that you could still do something in the snow while staying inside. They've got over 1,000 different golf courses that you can play at their indoor facility. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Go to cartpasssocial.com. It's always BYOB, whether it's watching the Super Bowl, March Madness coming up here in a few months, or any sporting event that you want to take in. You can do it all and play one of over 1,000 different golf courses at Car Pass Social.
So Walmart has several snow sled options available, but none available for pickup. So they can get it to you by Saturday. Well, by Saturday, the snow's gone.
Snow's gone.
So they don't have any in store. That's Need to find one. I'd like to take my kids over. There's a hill.
You just go. Yeah, I know Jaegers will have some, so you can go there.
How do you know that?
Because my buddy that
you said Walmart would have some too, and they don't have it.
Well, that you've seen it, like the pickup in store. Just because
I've never seen snow sleds at a Walmart in Arkansas.
It
Really?
seems like a
No.
Tupperware lid or something.
I guarantee you, if you go to a Walmart,
We don't
right
sell a lot of snow sleds in this state.
now, but it's like anything else. It's the time of year. I mean, Walmart's not going to.
It snows here once a year. This will be like the only significant snow we get all year. No, they don't. I've never seen this. That's why snow sleds are hard to find around here because no one stocks them. Because you would sell them. You better not have more than about 10 in stock because you're not going to sell them.
Have you not hoarded one from over the years?
No, the one I had as a kid was one of the old
the good
metal
one.
ones with the wood, and you had a little bit of a steering on it. And
those are great.
I don't, it's something that's hanging on a wall in a restaurant now, probably.
Mhm.
I don't know where that would be.
I had one of the old circular orange and green ones. One was a little thinner, and the other one was thicker. You can't steer those as well, like you're saying, but they were a lot of fun. Go to Wall Rods on Midland.
They
Wall
got 'em?
Rods. That's what Greg says. I don't know.
All right.
It's you can find them. I think you'll be able to find them at some point in the area. Either of you guys catch the Ole Miss and Clemson back and forth this weekend? Did you see anything?
I just saw
Okay.
some memes or whatever.
There is
between Dabo and Golding.
There's about an 8-minute clip where Dabo Swinney goes very, very in on Ole Miss and Pete Golding and very direct. He details almost everything that he alleged happened. I'm going to clip there. Christian clipped about 35 seconds, and we'll give you kind of a synopsis and sum up of what apparently happened between Clemson and Ole Miss.
The agent Ryan Williams calls Jordan Sorrells. And during that conversation, Ryan conveys that Ole Miss has been coming hard after Luke. Sorrells confirmed. He went with the agent. He said, "Are you talking about the same Luke that's been enrolled at Clemson, that's been in class, that's moved here, that's signed with Clemson?" And the agent assured him, "Yes, the same one." But he also assured Jordan Sorrells that Luke had no intention of leaving Clemson, but just thought y'all should be in the loop and check up on him tomorrow.
So this Luke Farrelly kid that had a really good year at California ends up coming over to Clemson in the offseason, and you heard Dabo Swinney discussing there, and at the end of the clip, he talks about that Farrelly tells him he's heading to Ole Miss. Now keep in mind, as you heard Swinney say, he's been enrolled at Clemson for a week or so. And there's like what he accuses Golding, and I think Austin Thomas is the GM. It's like blatant tampering and cheating. He also calls out for all head coaches to address something similar if it's happened to them. Apparently,
I agree with Dabo.
Apparently, yeah, I actually take up, and he's not a guy that's fancied or enjoyed the transfer portal, hasn't utilized it since it really came into effect. And assuming what he said is true, I don't know how you side with Ole Miss in this situation.
Well, I think they've been. I mean, I've heard some stories involving Charlie Weiss Jr. and being down at Arkadelphia and the kid from Warren that everybody was kind of after as a late bloomer,
Terrence Roberson,
and basically representing two schools, in the same building at the same day. I mean, there's no morals, there's no ethics because it's win at all cost, and there's no punishment because there's not really any rules that anyone's enforcing. So, but who's really in charge?
Well,
the NCAA is supposed to be.
It doesn't seem like Charlie Baker, who's the now president of the NCAA, has any enforcement power. So if you
he does. They just don't. They don't utilize it. They're not doing it because they're afraid of lawsuits. They're afraid of. They're afraid of where the line can be drawn on when you start tampering and interfering with kids' earnings. So I don't. Anytime it comes to some of this, the NCAA just kind of looks the other way. I mean, somebody's got to get a handle on this, and they're the ones to do it.
It's got to take some kind of physical altercation to get this going. I mean, someone's got to
get their tail whipped?
Yeah.
Why do you
Interesting
say that?
take.
I mean, I just don't see what else is like.
Well, this has been
we're going to need a
ongoing.
fist fight between coaches, or what are we going to? What are you saying here?
That's yeah.
I don't know why would that stop it?
If this has been as ongoing that we think it's been for the last few years, why do we think it's going to stop? Why do you think Charlie Baker is going to?
I didn't. Did I say I thought he was going to?
No, sorry. I'm just like tossing that thought out there. Why do we think it's going to change?
Well, who's supposed to?
What we just talked about.
Yeah, I mean, tell me why they can't. Give me a reason why the NCAA is forbidden from enforcing.
I think
this.
it's what you discussed. It's like
It's
afraid
fear.
of lawsuits and losing
Well, being
money.
afraid of lawsuits, sometimes you just got to put your chin out there and come on. Who's going to sue them? Sue them for what? What's your case? Well, you interfere with my tampering. That's your case. Who's going to sue them over tampering?
I don't know. You just insinuated that, so I'm agreeing with you.
Fear of litigation is one thing. I don't think there's a reason to be afraid in this situation. Is my point. You can't sue somebody. That'd be like me. That'd be like two druggies out here. You can't sue somebody for stealing your illegal drugs. That doesn't work. That doesn't hold up. Tampering is against the rules. It's illegal by NCAA standards.
Okay.
And in most labor negotiate, the problem is we don't have a union. We don't have an organized body to negotiate with. We don't have collective bargaining. And that's one. I think if they could fix that issue, they could fix more than half the problems.
Well, that would lead to these student athletes becoming employees, which you've had ADs, commissioners.
You've got to have a body to bargain with.
I think Baker's even come out and said, "I don't."
But who's in charge of the coaches? Who's in charge of the institutions? The conferences and the NCAA. You tell me Greg Sankey couldn't do something about it with at least his 16 schools?
Dabo said he called Jim Phillips and he said that, I think he's the AD of the commissioner of the ACC, and then he was trying to reach Greg Sankey of some sorts because he's ticked off. And it seems like, again, if everything that Dabo Swinney said is true on this, I think Clemson's got a great case when it comes to
case
the
where
debate
though? A case in the court of public opinion.
In the sense of like if you're actually going to go after someone, that would make sense to me.
I know football tonight, but it's first Monday night. We hadn't had something going on in a while. It seems like, but we got the early line for the Super Bowl out on the Bet Saracen app. Have you seen it? Any guesses?
I'm going to guess Seattle's favored by like 5. I haven't seen it yet.
4.5. I think you boys have seen it. 4.5 points is the line. New England catching 4.5. Money line minus 240 for Seattle, plus 200 for New England. All the Super Bowl action will be there on the Bet Saracen app. Download it now in the Apple app or Google Play Store.
More reaction to Arkansas's win over LSU this weekend and more thoughts on the AFC and NFC Championship next.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium. Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Rowback, where action meets comfort.
This is the Morning Rush.
2026 is looking bright at Rath Auto Resources. Celebrate by driving away in one of our road-ready certified pre-owned cars, reconditioned and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our award-winning customer service, non-commissioned sales team, and painless pricing, we take the hassle out of the car buying experience, so you can focus on more important things, like that new gym membership, quitting smoking, or that other thing. Ring in the new year with a new ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. My favorite sport is hockey. I love the ice, the sliding, and especially the hits, but I don't love those things on our roads. Winter weather is here, so slow down and drive defensively. But if a bad driver gets past your goalie, call me to make a power play against the insurance company. After 13 years of settling car wreck claims, I've got more than a few tricks in my hat. Call 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
Stop it. Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather. KERX Paris Fort Smith, broadcasting live from the Busch Light Studios. This is the Morning Rush.
Tuesday, sunny, not as cool, a high in the mid to upper 30s, so at least above freezing for a couple of hours. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
This hour of the Morning Rush is powered by Busch Light. Busch Light, the coldest and smoothest light lager there is.
For them to do that on this day in this weather with what's going on, I thank the fans who turned in tickets and the ones that came here anyway.
Right side, Richmond over in the corner. A-Cup, catch and shoot, and he just buried a 3-30 for Darius A-Cup.
I've been active. God has stopped me from out here today. We love the snow.
We're season ticket holders and we're basketball junkies and we love being at the games.
We're here always
Every game we're here. We're excited.
Gives it away to A-Cup, left side. Brazil tries a three, and Trevin knocks it down.
It's a Hogs game. You can't be cold in a Hogs game.
I drove up from Little Rock last night, beat the snow because I made the commitment to be here every home game.
That is it. The Razorbacks have escaped. Arkansas wins at 85-81. Darius A-Cup 24 after halftime. He finishes with 31, and the Razorbacks win for the second time this week at Bud Walton Arena.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
I don't know about you, but I regret not going to the game on Saturday. As Darius A-Cup pours in another career high, Arkansas defeats the LSU Tigers 85-81. And I'm happy to be at work, but Tommy, I regret not going to the game on Saturday.
I get that. I think it was probably a smart move, driving up 49. I'm not saying you couldn't have made it, but might not have been worth the risk. I wonder how many of those that were there. And again, I'd like to hear from somebody that was. It looked good on TV considering the conditions. I couldn't really tell what the upper deck was holding, but I mean there was at least 12 or 14,000 and maybe more. I mean, but the lower level there weren't very many empty seats in there. So I commend every one of you that braved it and took the risk of getting there. So I wonder how many of those that were there were outside of Benton or Washington County. But if you drove through the tunnel, I'll stand and applaud for you because you were braver than me.
Like I was thinking all day, we're going to have 2,000 people here. And all of a sudden I walk in, I'm like, this is crazy. And for you to do that, I'm just telling you, you're impacting this program and you're impacting these games.
He's right.
He is.
I've been to a couple games this year, and I've been to the Louisville game, the Vanderbilt game. Both were impactful crowds that mattered.
Yeah.
And there's more ahead. Those Louisville and Vanderbilt aren't going to be the best crowds of the year. You're going to see the best crowd, I think, to date when Kentucky comes in. And that's going to be Saturday. Then you got a couple other chances. Auburn's going to bring a great crowd. A&M and Texas are going to be great crowds. So
hopefully no fights.
Auburn's a Saturday game, but Texas and Texas A&M are not, correct? You've got the schedule.
A&M is a Wednesday. Texas is a Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Auburn's a Saturday. See, you got 1, 2. You've only got 3 more Saturday home games.
5 of your next 11, I think, are at home. If I remember that math right.
Well, let me check. 1, 2, 3.
2 games this week: Oklahoma tomorrow night in Norman, and then Saturday 5:30, 5 o'clock. You'll hear Chuck and
you're right. 5:11.
Mm-hmm. Chuck
5:11 at home.
So that'll be the setup. And again, think
that
about
means 6 of 11 are on the road.
Yeah. Think of this: if Arkansas was to win tomorrow night, which they very easily could do, Oklahoma's lost 6 straight, and then you beat Kentucky, which is hot. 4 straight wins for the Wildcats. They beat Ole Miss this weekend. You're 7-2 at the halfway point of conference play.
But think about this also, guys. Does it feel like we're just getting started in conference play? We'll be at 8 games tomorrow, win or lose. You're going to be at meaning 10 games are left. Not to the halfway point, but you're knocking on the door.
When you lose 2 or 3 in a row, that's kind of like when you feel like you're in conference.
Yeah. So by the time you play Kentucky, you're halfway through conference play. It just seems like we just got started. So pretty amazing. All right, that's where we began. 10:04 on a cold Hot Take Monday here. How's it where you're at? Lewis Automotive Group hotline open. You can call or text us. We are live. This is not on tape. We are here reacting to the weekend. So come and join us here on the conversation this morning. We appreciate you being here. We're brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, licensed in Oklahoma and in Arkansas. They have a office in Fort Smith that's been home base for years. Now they're in Salisaw as well for the last couple of years, right across from the courthouse in Salisaw in Sequoyah County, serving Sequoyah, LaFleur, and all of the area counties right along the border here. Arkansas and Oklahoma, whatever your legal need, Jackie's there to take care of it. If you've been in a car wreck, and listen, there's going to be some car wrecks with this ice and snow and everything going on, Jackie's the one to call to make sure that the insurance company treats you right. More importantly, the other person's insurance company treats you right if they're at fault, and take care of all of the details for you. 479-769-1505. 769-1505, or read more about Jackie and Matt and the practice online at mocklegalsolutions.com.
Talking about the SEC, 3 home teams lost this weekend. Florida's probably the most notable as they go down against Auburn. Alabama loses in Charles Bediaco's re-debut, coming back for the Crimson Tide. And then Mississippi State just obliterated by Vanderbilt. And Cal was kind of talking about that after.
But I'm telling you, throughout the league, I just walked the hallway and they said a bunch of people got beat today.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of people, you know what? We weren't one of them. Thank goodness.
They don't want to waste that on LSU when you have those teams that we
No.
talked about. Aggies, Longhorns, Tigers.
I mean, you're not done losing.
Wildcats. No.
You're not done losing, but you didn't need to, and you don't need to lose tomorrow night. I know it's a road game at Oklahoma. I can't imagine they're going to have a big crowd. You need to go in there and just take care of Porter Mosier's team and move on. Hopefully they're heartbroken over that Missouri game. Hopefully they got stranded as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being, Oklahoma's a team at 1-6. You need to just take care of that and then come back. And I would venture to say, I don't know who A&M's got and Florida's got this week. We talked about the games the next couple of days, but you may be in the conference lead if you go 2-0 this week. In fact, I would venture to say if you go 2-0 this week, you'll have a share of the conference lead.
At least a share.
At least a share.
We can double check on who the Aggies will play, and also Florida as well. But I think about, you brought this up, Kentucky and Vanderbilt. That's a big one tomorrow night, along with Arkansas and Oklahoma. So we'll see how things shake out as far as this weekend. How about A&M? Number 1 team in the conference right now. It's pretty impressive. I think A&M has a bye this week before they play Georgia this weekend. As I scroll through my Yahoo,
right.
yeah, they have a bye this week before Georgia plays this weekend. I think Florida has 2 games this week, but either way, just to be in the thick of things where you very much weren't that last year, that was a tough situation for Arkansas, starting 0-5, and now to be 5-2 where you're at right now is a lot more enjoyable.
And you say, well, when's Arkansas's bye? Is the league not give Arkansas a bye? They screw Arkansas again? No, your bye comes after the Kentucky game. All right, so you play Saturday against Kentucky, then you wait a full week and you go on the road at Mississippi State. So.
Florida's got South Carolina on the road, and then they've got play Alabama actually on this Sunday, which is kind of an interesting setup for the Gators, who again probably unexpectedly lost this weekend. B asking, was Butch the problem at A&M? Bucky McMillan's just a really good coach. He is a phenomenal basketball coach, and
Butch, did he mean Buzz?
Yeah,
he meant Buzz Williams.
I think he meant Buzz Williams. Who now
trying to figure out who Butch was.
who's now at
when I think
Maryland.
Buzz Williams, I see a 3-piece suit
and sweat
without the jacket.
A lot of sweat. Him and Bruce Pearl
yeah.
take the cake with the number of sweat that ends up going in. When you look at the game itself, LSU got the Thomas kid back, who had been injured for several games, and he had a really good second half, had double digits in the second half. But Darius actually got his first 2 collegiate blocks. I know one of them was on Thomas. I think the other one was as well. And he talked about it. He was on the broadcast after the game. He's got improved defensively. I think we know Darius can score. I know he gets his assists when he needs to, and he can take over games. But, I mean, if he can improve defensively, if he takes as much pride defensively as he does some of the other elements of his game, this kid's going to be about as polished as a prospect in college basketball when you stack up the other freshmen. By the way, game day is not coming to Fayetteville this weekend. They're going to Lawrence to see DeBonsa and Peterson go one-on-one. Two of the best freshmen in college basketball. Is kind of hoping that Kentucky, being that they've kind of come on as of late, that might be game day. But that's where they're heading to Lawrence down Fieldhouse this weekend.
And I don't know how much they schedule that week to week, or how far out they get it. It's not like football where they're deciding more on a short term based on how teams do. I think they probably have a lot of their plans made for weeks and weeks and weeks. But wouldn't surprise me. When would be a chance for that to be in here? You got Auburn on a Saturday. I don't know. That might be the only other chance on a Saturday that you. I don't think Missouri is going to qualify for that. So this might be the only chance for them to come in this year for a Saturday show.
Cal's 8 games away from 900 after the win this week. He's at 892.
I'm sorry, but they could be at that Arkansas-Florida game in Gainesville, though.
That's a good point. Boogie Flan going up against his old game. So you're at least featured. You'd rather have it in Fayetteville, Bud Walton, but you're at least featured. Florida, I would expect.
That might be the most likely scenario because I don't remember. I mean, they've been here once. I don't recall a lot of situations where they were. You might, where they were at the opposing team's arena when we were the opponent.
Oh
that
yeah.
day.
Well, that's it. It's partial to the Cal effect, and also that I know you've been a part of it in football. You got pounced by
Right. But I'm talking in basketball.
No, that's a good
Which
question.
college game day in basketball is not nearly the phenomenon it is in football, but there hadn't been a lot of games. Of course, Arkansas hadn't given you much reason until bus came that you'd feature the Razorbacks.
Yeah, 20 years of them being dormant of sorts, and now you feel like that this team. I mean, you're a 5 seed. I think that's where Joey Brackets has you right now.
I want to be at least a 3.
Yeah,
2.
I don't know if Arkansas can get to the ceiling of a 2 seed. You got to have a really, really successful back half of conference play where your schedule gets a little more difficult, especially with road games in Tuscaloosa and Florida. But you're in a much better situation. The whole idea, we talk about matchups all the time. Well, you help your matchup when you're a higher seed and you play lesser opponents. And I know there's upsets here and there, but you've got yourself in a much better situation than what Arkansas had to do last year. You end up winning and beating St. John's and Rick Pitino in Providence, but you just much rather be in a situation where you're playing some lesser opponents to get to the second weekend, and then who knows beyond that.
How about Pitino getting his 900th win over the weekend and doing it against his son?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ironic how it worked out in the schedule. They were playing Xavier for that win, but 900th win this weekend.
Yeah, Richard Pitino after the game was kind of cracking me up that just talking about and obviously singing praises to his dad and everything else. But St. John's had a little bit of they were a lot higher projected earlier in the season and then ended up getting this win. I know they lost to Kentucky earlier this year, but I'm really curious to see where they end up the rest of the season. I don't pay attention to a ton of St. John's basketball, but since Pitino's come on board, I've watched and kind of paid attention a little more.
All right, we talk about the crowd this weekend. A lot of people gave their tickets back. Arkansas is on the road for Oklahoma, and then Saturday, I don't imagine a lot of people will give their tickets up for Kentucky. But hey, if there's a game on your schedule the rest of the way, Cal kind of gave us the instructions last week. If you can't make it to Call the Hogs, let somebody else do it. I mean, the crowd was a huge difference Saturday. So every seat counts, every game matters. So don't think, well, somebody else will do it. Even when I was at the Vanderbilt game the other night, there were rows in the lower level. Rows. Not many, but a few rows of tickets unused. Don't let that happen because every voice matters. So if you can't transfer them to a friend or a coworker, let your tickets go back to the U of A, and they'll give them to veterans, teachers, students, and children's organizations. Just send them to HOGTIX. HOGTIX at UARK.edu. That's HogTix at UARK.edu. Visit ArkansasRazorbacks.com for more information, and make sure there is 2 cheeks in every seat, particularly for Kentucky.
Yeah, Cal hoping the same thing in Norman tomorrow.
That's why having you here in Bud Walton. Can any of you come with us to Oklahoma?
It's close.
They far. I bet you they got tons of tickets. Now, I can't ask you to drive in this ice and snow. I'm not going to do it. Well, unless it cleans up, maybe you can do it.
James in Benville texted in, says that he's been taking the Cherokee Turnpike to Norman several times. He feels like it's a solid 4 hours, and with the dicey roads, it could be much longer. 6 o'clock game tomorrow night. I was looking at the weather, so Fayetteville is going to hover slightly over below freezing tomorrow. Don't know how much of the snow and ice will melt on the roads. It's a little different in the River Valley and other parts of our state. But
the sun's out where I'm at. I'm assuming it's out in most places, even though it's cold. Because we hadn't done a little temperature check, but it was 8 on my way in. It's probably low teens right now.
15.
Even in these conditions, the sun being out will reflect off that road. I got 15 in Fort Smith, 11 in Harrison, 14 in Mountain Home, 19 in Hot Springs, 10 in Branson. Where's my Fayetteville? 10 degrees right now in Fayetteville. But even at those temperatures, the sun getting down on the roads that have been scraped, that's going to help a bunch. I can't imagine. I don't know. First of all, we're talking about schools. I don't know who's in school anywhere in our state today.
Yeah,
no one in our listing areas, number one. Number two, I don't know how schools get back to tomorrow even.
Mm-hmm.
As far as
so that means you have more time to sled with your kids.
I guess so. If I had a sled, but Walmart doesn't have any sleds, so.
Keith says just use a large lid. Do you have a lid on top of? I guess it would be for your your yard
storage container.
Yeah, storage container. Do you have anything you could utilize?
All my cans are city cans, so no.
Okay. Trying to help you.
Yeah, I know,
I think if you finesse around.
Listen, and in these conditions, I'm not driving all over town to look for a sled, but I need to find one and put it up, and then the next time this occurs.
Do you have a neighbor that has kids?
Well, I did go out. Now, one thing I did, Dylan's birthday was Saturday.
Okay.
He wanted me to smoke some ribs and a pork butt, so I did a pork shoulder, actually, and a couple racks of ribs.
Nice.
On Saturday night. He wanted them so we could have them and have the game on and stuff on Sunday.
Okay.
And it required an overnight smoke because it was about an 11-pound pork shoulder. I go out I put that thing on at like 9 o'clock. I go out there at like midnight to check on it. And he had several kids over spending the night for his birthday, a couple of them. There were like 6 of them out there sledding down the back driveway at midnight. I don't know what they had found or what they were doing, but
so you have something then.
They have something. I don't know whose it is, but they have something. So
did it get left at your house?
I don't know. I don't ask these questions. I just went back inside and went back to sleep.
I just hear excuses for not wanting to sled with your son and daughter.
I'm the one that brought up that I wanted to do it. You got to have a sled though. Walmart doesn't have any. I get it. You're not going to stock sleds when you have one snow every 3 years.
Yeah. Well, Big Keith was texting in earlier. He's called in now. What is your suggestion to Tommy, Big Keith?
Hey, Big Keith up in the house. How you guys doing today?
Good,
cold.
Hey, Tommy, this guy over here, he didn't read my text at all. I said to go get a tote lid, a lid from a tote.
Yeah.
And because when I was younger, we did it on top of garbage can lids.
No, what you can actually do is get in the tote. Take the tote and ride the tote down the hill. That's a great idea.
Explain to me what that is.
A tote is one of the big crates that you can store stuff in.
A plastic bin.
Plastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like it could be like 3 to 6 foot long and about 2 or 3 foot deep,
Yeah. I'd ride
but
in the bin. That's what you need I tell you what else would work what would work better than anything, probably a tube you would use at the lake.
Yeah, you can get one of them.
Yeah.
They got tubes around, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not tubes, maybe something for left over from summer where you get one of them pool things, you blow up the little animal things that go on top of the water that you float in.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, we used garbage can lids and cardboard boxes.
Well, I know we got cardboard.
Yeah, we've done.
Amazon makes sure I've got plenty of cardboard at my house.
Now that you explain what the tote is, there's several pictures of me and my brother as kids riding in those, either by ourselves or with our parents. That's an awesome suggestion. It works very well.
All right, then. That's all I had, buddy.
All right. Speaking of the lake, did you see? There's a lot of pictures down at Mountain Harbor and down at Hamilton, not Hamilton, Washita. Different lake shots from around where the docks were collapsing from the weight of the snow.
Yeah, I saw. So there's an area. There's unfortunately damage. Like we talked about the cool parts of the snow, but there has been an excessive amount of damage that I've seen on social.
Well, I mean, you don't build a dock thinking, boy, this needs to hold up to snow.
Yeah.
Had someone check on mine and it was fine, but you don't build a dock thinking, well, the weight of snow, if you get a foot of snow on this, needs to hold it up.
Do you worry about the snow on your house?
No.
Okay, so I don't need to worry about that because
you might. Yeah, I would probably start worrying now if I was you.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
call somebody to come look at it.
I'd probably hire someone to look at it today.
I'll put it on I'll
today.
expense it today. I don't know if they can
I'd probably get
today.
someone out there today for an emergency call.
My dad's texting. You're telling the temperatures across our state earlier. Said it's 18 degrees here. It warms up a little bit, but then it gets back to this weekend where it's low 20s in Fayetteville. So I don't think there's going to be any issues with the Kentucky game this weekend. It's going to melt throughout the week. It's just going to be cold when the Wildcats are in here this weekend. And like you said, who in their right mind would give up a ticket for the Kentucky game? Like, it's one thing. We appreciate, you were kind of commenting earlier, we appreciate everyone that contributed and allowed first responders and teachers and kiddos and students and all that wanted to go to the game, that got to go to the game this weekend. I don't think we're going to see the same type of
Pope
impact
get kicked out
with the Wildcats. I don't know. That'd be fun to see at Tech.
Cal.
I think it's going to be a heck of a basketball game. I mean, they could very easily win in Nashville tomorrow night.
Speaking of getting kicked out, when does Cal get kicked out of a game? He seemingly has one road moment a year where he gets. I mean,
probably Florida. They're not winning.
Maybe. I mean, there will be a moment. I don't even remember him getting a technical foul to this point.
No,
this year.
Yeah, this year.
His team has.
His team, yes.
His team has.
Him, no.
I don't.
But normally he has a road moment. I've seen him get thrown out at South Carolina when he was at Kentucky. He obviously got thrown out here at Arkansas when he's at Kentucky. There's been other places in his history.
Kenny Payne will take over, and sometimes they win the basketball game.
Sometimes.
We saw it firsthand, unfortunately, back in 2020. I think it was 20 when Jimmy Wood and Isaiah and the guys almost won that game. But yeah, no, you're right. So if you said tie, pick a game, I'd say Florida.
That'd probably be a good one. Hey, if you're looking to start the year strong, here's something you need to hear about. It's WT Equipment in Springdale. They have New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders. We could use one of them right now to scoop up some snow and clear off a parking lot. Built to handle whatever the job. That'd be the one today. And, hey, it keeps you from throwing away a lot of time and a lot of effort. You'll get outstanding operator comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional life and reach. These machines range from 60 to 90 horsepower. They're fuel efficient and support a wide variety of attachments, so you can tackle more jobs like cleaning up a parking lot from the snow with one machine. So if you're ready to work smarter and stronger this year, see the New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders today. WT Equipment's in Springdale. WT Equipment, equip your future and elevate your potential.
When we come back, going to get in our SEC update, some games from over the weekend. Charles Bediako comes back for the Crimson Tide. Plus, the AFC and NFC championship games were fantastic. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 out there in Santa Clara. More of that to get to when we return.
But I'm telling you, throughout the league, I just walked the hallway and they said a bunch of people got beat today. Like a bunch of people, you know what? We weren't one of them. Thank goodness.
This is The Morning Rush. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
There's nothing better than hitting a bet unless your whole crew hits it with you. That's what MyBookie's all about. Are you ready for the next 2 weeks of the NFL? We're hooking you up with 2 can't-lose locks of season. Bet up to $10 per lock and double your money when they hit. Select the Lock of Season tab in the sportsbook. Wager up to $10 per lock. Double your money on 4 bets that can't lose. Don't forget about the Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie now, punch in code HOGS, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If you don't hit on the first bet, just use your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. Must opt in to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally held the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas. Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I mean, all these games are hard. I think Florida just lost. That just goes to show any team can lose any night. It doesn't matter where you play at. Every team in the SEC can play. It's going to be physical every night. So, you know, we just got to come out every night ready to play. In the first half, we didn't do it, you know, and we picked it up in the second.
That was Trevor Brazile after the game. Arkansas wins 85-81 inside of Bud Walton Arena. And hopefully that's something that they take to heart heading to Norman, Oklahoma tomorrow. On paper, it doesn't look like that the Sooners will be able to mount much of a defense. And yet, when you look at some of these games in the SEC, that isn't always the case when you match teams up on paper.
Yeah, and we were talking about this Oklahoma game, and you know, it's not a have to win, but it's a really don't need to lose game because of net rankings and all the things as you're moving into the halfway point of the league. You'll be at 9 games when you play Kentucky. This is just one you don't want on your resume. So go win by half a point, and let's get back to Fayetteville.
Yeah, outside of what happened in Fayetteville this weekend with Arkansas winning once again at home, haven't lost at home all season. Vanderbilt goes into Starkville and cleans up their act after losing 3 straight. Auburn, biggest win of the weekend as they defeat the Florida Gators. And then Charles Bediako comes back in.
Bediako.
And yet the Tennessee Volunteers go in thanks to Nate Ament. Thank you, Nate Ament, who had 29 or 30 plus. He had a great game, true freshman for the Vols, who didn't do anything to Bud Walton Arena and had a great game against the Crimson Tide. They win in Tuscaloosa 79-73. Texas takes down Georgia by 20. Kentucky, again, getting a little hot, 72-63 over Ole Miss. A&M pounds South Carolina by 23. And then Missouri, with the craziest game of the weekend, defeats Oklahoma in overtime, 88-87.
Yeah, and hopefully Oklahoma's still heartbroken, I should say, after the way that game played out. SEC Now is watching. They were hyping it up as maybe the best basketball game in the last 5 years. It had some great moments. I mean, it wasn't exactly two of the best teams in the sport playing, but it was an exciting finish. I didn't see it live, but did watch the replays, and it was something that you don't see every weekend, that's for sure.
Missouri's kind of a sneaky team. Kind of curious what Dennis Gates' squad does the rest of the season. Oklahoma, again, like we were saying earlier, hopefully Arkansas doesn't overlook these guys prior to their biggest game of the season, at least from a rivalry standpoint, with Kentucky getting hot.
You play Missouri twice this year. You get them to that's the last game of the regular season's at Missouri. So
before they go to Nashville.
Right. So you play Texas and Missouri that last week in March. They're your regular season games in March. All right, that's your SEC updates brought to you by the Oaklawn Sports app. We are 13 days from the Super Bowl. And if you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Sports app, now is a great time to do that. You get $1,000 in bonus bets each of your first 10 days. When you sign up, if your first bet of the day doesn't work out, get a second chance bet up to $100 per day for 10 days for $1,000. They're going to have every kind of opportunity and action you can imagine on the biggest game of the year. So get familiar with it. You know, college basketball, NBA, all going on, and you can take a look at all that and then get familiar with the app. You can figure out how to fund and withdraw accounts or money from your account. It's easier than ever with ACH, Venmo, debit card, credit card, PayPal. It's all there, and it's easier than ever with the new and improved Oaklawn Sports app. So bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Download it today in the Apple app or Google Play Store. It's the Oaklawn Sports app.
8 seconds left. Loading up near side. Is he out of bounds?
Oh, my God.
3 seconds. We're going to run the clock. That's going to do it. The Seahawks soar to Super Bowl 60.
That's an awesome atmosphere in Seattle. One of the best home venues, not just in the NFL, but in all of football. And you just wonder, it's like, can the Patriots do enough to stop Seattle? You know, it's wild. I heard this on our national morning show before us this morning. Sam Darnold was in the same draft class as Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Baker Mayfield. And he got to a Super Bowl before any of those guys. Never thought I'd say that about Sam Darnold, who has had an up-and-down career, had a really good year for the Minnesota Vikings last year, and now is one win away from achieving what most guys try and get to their entire lives. You got Razorback connections. Hunter Henry's the most notable one. Eric Gregory, Tyrone Broden as well, which was cool to see Hunter celebrate with his teammates after the game. But just crazy about Sam Darnold, his journey to where he is here 13 days out.
It amazes me how players like DeMarcus Lawrence, they leave the Cowboys and then they make a Super Bowl. That's happened so many times. Like the following year, it's just it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that means, but it just. I mean, it's not working in Dallas with those players. That's for sure.
It's crazy that the Patriots. You had all these years with Belichick and Brady, and then you had a team that was basically 5+ years didn't do anything. And now they're back with a new head coach who played under Belichick and a new quarterback, Drake May, who's just in his second season.
I hear your frustration, Christian. What's the one thing? If you could make Jerry Jones do one thing, what would it be?
One thing, just kind of step back a little bit. I mean,
are you talking about not be the GM? Or what?
Trust other people around you to make decisions and not like have your hand on every single aspect. I mean, he is the owner; he can, but that doesn't mean he has to.
Yeah. What y'all think about McCarthy going to Pittsburgh?
I want to hear Phil's thoughts coming up. I mean, this is
It's another Tomlin.
Super Bowl winning coach. He's had a lot of success. I think he's won over 60% of his games.
Well, I think the Aaron Rodgers aspect, with Aaron and him being together in Green Bay, and what's the connection maybe on that hire? Does Aaron come back and they try to rebuild Camelot for one? I think that's to me the interesting part of this selection. It doesn't seem long term, and that's been I expected him to go young and try to find him another 20-year coach like they did with Tomlin in a franchise that's only had now 4 head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
This was not the hire I was expecting.
Yeah,
McCarthy isn't going to be a guy that's around for
I think there's
15 seasons.
I think there's now just 6 head coaching openings now. I saw the Bills interviewed Phillip Rivers, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Pittsburgh's a really good job, and they obviously feel enough. And the twist with Aaron Rodgers is something that I think Pittsburgh Steelers fans are at least intrigued by. That's why I was curious to see Phil's thoughts coming up. I actually was texting Trey Dare, the sports director at Pick Trail Nation. He's a Steelers fan by trade, and he was saying it's like he didn't seem so sure of that hire. And if I'm a Steelers fan this morning, I don't know if I'm that sure of the hire. But that connection with Rodgers, I mean, the thought was Rodgers was going to be done after this year. Now there's like, okay, well,
does he come back for one more year?
Yeah, one more year, which I don't know if that's
because I've heard some of the talking heads on this. It's not like Rodgers threw himself in the way of McCarthy getting fired at Green Bay. It's not like he, went to bat and saved him. So did he go to bat to get this guy hired? I would think Rodgers might have had some input in this, but I don't. I mean, again, we're reading tea leaves here, but I just think that's the interesting dynamic in all of this.
Troy and Harrison say I don't think McCarthy is a fit for Pittsburgh. He doesn't exude the toughness that the franchise is famous for. Well, he's from Pittsburgh. So, I mean, if you've got a guy from there, more often than not,
that's a good point.
He's I don't know. I get where Troy. I get where you're coming from.
Ed Orgeron didn't work out in Baton Rouge either.
Yeah.
And there couldn't be anyone that's more of a fit for a program than he was.
I get where you're characterizing based on what you saw in Dallas and Green Bay, but he's legitimately from Pittsburgh. So that's, I don't know. Ryan at Prairie Grove saying the Bills will promote Joe Brady. Brady, think about the dynamic he had with Joe Burrow in Baton Rouge, and then when he got to the NFL, taking over for what's his face, the Miami quarterback Ken Dorsey, and being promoted the OC. I'm surprised the Bills haven't filled that vacancy yet. That is wild to me that they have said, and maybe they're just doing their due diligence. And
you got the Rooney Rule. You got to go through a certain hiring process in the NFL. So, and there's more people to interview with. Perhaps you interview with a quarterback. Obviously, you interview with the owner, the GM. There's other people in the hierarchy with these things that get a say. So
let's go to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brian is in Ozark this morning. Brian, go ahead.
I can tell you why the Cowboys are so bad.
Because they're in Texas?
Hell yeah, Texas hates Jerry Jones. He's the most hated man in Texas. And he's from Arkansas. We know how Arkansas turns out. So, if they get rid of Jerry Jones, Cowboys will be good again.
Who is your NFL team? I don't know if I know that.
The Texans.
Of course.
Okay.
Shocking.
Yeah, well, the Texans are better than the Cowboys. So, anyways, I just thought throw that out. Jerry Jones tells the Cowboys will be a good team again. As long as he's got them. Jimmy Johnson was always the backbone. Of course, he's not. He's a football dude. Jerry Jones.
Where did he play? Where did he play football, Brian? Out of curiosity.
Well, we know he played at Arkansas, but that doesn't mean much.
Well, you're always quick to disparage and discriminate against former Razorbacks or current Razorbacks, but he's a pretty good head coach for a guy that played football at the University of Arkansas.
That's right. That's because he went to Miami to be the head coach. So, anyways, y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Brian.
Sometimes he just says stuff that's so stupid. It doesn't even deserve a response. So
he can't go in on the Razorback basketball team, so he's got to go.
Yeah, I guess so.
It'll be a fun game with Texas here in a few weeks. Super Bowl 60. By the way, quick note: Adam Schefter put this out. Third time that you have new head coaches that both share the same name Mike. You had Mike Shanahan and Mike Holmgren back in the day, Mike Tomlin and Mike McCarthy, and then Mike McDonald and Mike Vrabel playing this game in 13 days, which I thought was kind of funny. Also, New York Giants fans and Jets fans are mad at the Empire State Building. Did you see what the Empire State Building did?
No.
The Empire State Building put out New England Patriots colors. Now, keep in mind, where's the Empire State Building?
Well, it's in New York City.
Okay. Which is like the two cities that maybe hate each other the most in the United States are Boston and New York.
Mhm.
And they put out the Empire State Building in Patriots colors, and the social media account congratulated the Patriots for going to the Super Bowl. So you got all these Jets fans and Giants fans that are boycotting the Empire State Building because it's their hated rival, which I thought was kind of the Jets in the same division, obviously, and then the Giants have beat them in two Super Bowls with Brady. I was
might have been a year just to lay out on what colors you're putting up there.
Why did that didn't make any sense?
Just kind of lay out on that one.
Seahawks instead of the Patriots.
That didn't make any sense to me either.
I did see where the president said he's not going to make the trip all the way out. He's not going.
Santa Clara.
Yeah, he wasn't wild about the halftime show, so he's not going. So that's probably good for fans. Just not only is Super Bowl security bad enough now, add the president being there, which is not unusual for the president to go to the Super Bowl. That makes it even worse. So that's probably good news just from getting in and out of the stadium standpoint.
Let's talk to Melvin is in Sheridan. Melvin, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Morning, guys. Yeah, you asked what I'd ask Jerry to do. Stop trying to have the highest paid players in the NFL. Pay them all good, but stop picking out 5 or 6 of them to beat your chest that they're the highest paid or whatever. I'm in the minority. I'm glad he traded Parsons. I wish he trade a few more of these high priced guys so you can afford to have the fill out the rest of the team. To me, Jerry's a glory hog. He wants to have the highest paid people not necessarily ever get back to the Super Bowl, or he would have changed his ways. What's y'all's 2 cents?
Melvin, I think he really wants to get another Super Bowl. I just don't think he is necessarily the guy that could spearhead and lead the charge in getting to that, because there's 30 years of data that shows the otherwise. I mean, when him and Jimmy cut ties, I know Barry Switzer won that next one, but we have 3 decades of data showing us that when he is in charge on the football, not the business side, the football side, that it doesn't lead to glory in Super Bowls. One of the things about Mike Vrabel is that he has complete control with the New England Patriots. Yeah. And that is something that a lot of Pats fans would point to what Belichick had and then now what Vrabel has. And you're seeing what sometimes someone that has great football acumen can do. And I don't think Jerry, like you're saying, is willing to relinquish that, and that's not going to get him anywhere if he chooses to continue to do so, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
other than a quarterback, you can get a great receiver. Tell me how many is in the next draft. Being truthful, it's crazy. Why would you want to pay one guy when you could pay 10 people for that one guy's money and get as good, if not better, than next year's draft? I don't understand. I don't.
Well, I think a lot of Cowboys fans share your same thought when it comes to why certain moves are made within that organization. So there's a lot of disappointments there. But we have the Super Bowl ahead, 13 days, Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. When was that Super Bowl again? With the Pats and the Legion of Boom? It was that sounds about right. Yeah. It sounds like a decade or so, if I remember that correctly, when Malcolm Butler picked off Wilson at the goal line.
You talk about to Marshawn.
You talk about coaching mistakes, which some would argue that Sean McVay made one, Sean Payton made one by going for it on 4th down rather than either kicking the field goal or just trying to get the ball back. That was definitely one that Pete Carroll will live with the rest of his life.
Yeah. So, well, I always find it interesting how the billionaire who owns the team, who's the owner of the team, everybody wants to limit his input and control, and expects him to do it. I mean, well, it's his team. He has the right to screw it up. So
I guess we just need to stop rooting for him. That's really all you can do.
That's all you can do. So, hey, I don't know how much fishing's going on at Gaston's, but if I was thinking about a place to get snowed in, guys, I can't think of anything better than one of the cabins at Gaston's. Get you all the supplies you need for your kitchen that's right there in your cabin. High-speed internet. You can just binge watch some shows, even if you don't fish. And I think the fishing right now would be great if you can bundle up and do it. If you can brave the weather, now would be a great time to catch one of them trophy browns or big rainbows that have always eluded you. Not a lot of other people out there, and listen, this colder weather kind of turns them on a lot of times. Hey, winter rates. I'm like you. I might not want to be out there today, but very soon I'd like to be. Why not call today and take advantage of winter rates? If winter rates don't qualify today, I don't know when they're not going to. So winter rates in effect, 40% off lodging. Book a guided tour or a guided fishing trip, I should say. They'll give you a little tour as well of the White River, which is just absolutely beautiful. 870-431-5202. And I'm telling you, end of the month, State Park area opens back up. It's gonna be on like Donkey Kong. So be up there and be ready to go and book that trip now. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now.
All white chicken meat breaded in tortilla chips. They're Taco Bell's crispy chicken nuggets. Pretty different than the nuggets you're used to. Haters will say, that's not the classic nugget. Haters are right. Haters will love them anyways. Oh, and they come with Hidden Valley Ranch, another classic. But we mix it up with Diablo. They can't hate that. I mean, they can, but they won't. Crispy chicken nuggets from Taco Bell. A brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
Number 5, you better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
This is the Morning Rush.
2026 is looking bright at Rath Auto Resources. Celebrate by driving away in one of our road-ready certified pre-owned cars, reconditioned and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our award-winning customer service, non-commissioned sales team, and painless pricing, we take the hassle out of the car buying experience, so you can focus on more important things, like that new gym membership, quitting smoking, or that other thing. Ring in the new year with a new ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer. What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now.
Way out on the floor, Acuff going to try to go to work on McKinnon. Steps back, three-pointer, good from Darius.
Who did I put the ball in his hands and said, get away from him? Were you watching? Anybody watching?
Yeah. Number 5.
Yeah, Darius, just get away.
31 points, 6 assists, 2 blocked shots for the young freshman from Detroit, Michigan. Arkansas takes down LSU 85-81. 2 big games this week. Sooners tomorrow night in Norman, and then Big Blue Nation comes in on Saturday.
Yep, gonna be a fun week, and I think a 2-0 week, guys, probably give you a share of this conference lead right now. I mean, you're in a good spot now, but A&M sits atop. Florida lost on the road. You're gonna be halfway through. I think you're gonna be within a game of the lead. I think either way, but 2-0 this week, you might find yourself with a share of the lead.
What do we look up? Does A&M only have 1 game this week?
Yep, got to
Okay.
buy and don't play till Saturday. So.
At least
I don't know. I mean, I'm just, even if you're a game back, you're in a great position halfway through. So, but, it's a good spot to be in. I don't think a lot of people thought you'd be there. Hey, Phil, Matt, Big C coming up. We're going to have Ruskin and Zach this afternoon. Be sure and take the Hit That Line Now app with you everywhere you go. Brought to you by Taco Bell. The Hit That Line Now app is available now. It's free in the Apple app or Google Play Store. If you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. And of course, the Lewis Automotive Group hotline will be open all day and afternoon as well for your calls.
Darius has in a outstanding game, the 6th most points in a Razorback game by a freshman in the history of basketball program. B.J. Young also had 31 points against Florida back in 2012. Malik Thomas also had a really good, efficient game. Like seeing that from him. 6 of 9 for 14 points in this one. Really didn't have a lot of high-volume scoring, Tommy, outside of Darius. You had Billy had 11. Malik Ewan had 6. TB had 7. But when you have 31 from your star point guard, that always helps. All right, that's going to do it for us. Like Tommy said, halftime. Ruskin and Zach coming up next. Appreciate everyone tuning in here on a Hot Take Monday.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?